Good morning. How are you today? We are in the reading book, so please go get your reading book and we're going to read the second one, Working on It. We're going to talk about job. Why work? First, a job is important because you make money and you need money to eat, get a place to live, and to do fun things like going to the movies or watching a soccer match. Second, it helps you to learn to do new things. And when you have more experience, you can get a better job. Finally, work gives you self confidence and self esteem. It makes you feel good. But you're not just helping yourself, you're also helping the community too. Places of work. People work in lots of different places. Many people work in offices. People also work on farms, in hospitals, in schools, in fire stations or police stations. And some people work at home. Some people work under the ground, miners, for example, and park rangers work in forests. People work on ships and on airplanes. People work in their cars too. Actors, singers, and musicians work on stages. Loggers work in trees and divers work in the sea. People also work on beaches. That sounds like a good job, doesn't it? Look at these people working. They work doing different things, trades and professions. A profession needs special knowledge and usually a university degree. To be a lawyer, a doctor, a librarian, and an accountant or an architect. That is a profession. A trade needs a lot of training and skill too. A trade is a manual job where a person uses their hands more. The job is often more physical too. A builder, for example, needs to be fitter than a librarian. Trade jobs include carpenters and plumbers, mechanics and hairdressers, and bakers and electricians. Take a look at the photos, which are trades and which are professions. So this is a trade, yeah, trade, 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 and these two are professions. Let's continue. The hardest job in the world. Oh no, there are many difficult jobs in the world. Teaching is one. Being a policeman is another. Some people say being a mom is one of the hardest jobs. What jobs do you think are hard? Coal miner. Coal mining is a very dirty job and it's also very hard. Mines where coal miners work can be freezing cold, loud, dark because you are underground, and very wet. Miners work long hours and the work is very physical. Accidents happen a lot too. Miners can get trapped or there are explosions. Logger. A logger cuts down trees for a living. Loggers work in remote places that are a long way from civilization. They also work in all kinds of weather. Loggers also use heavy machinery. A tree could fall on them, too. Buckingham Palace Guard. You think it might be fun to guard the Queen of England, but these guards have to stand completely still for hours. They can't go to the bathroom. Tourists also make fun of them all the time. Poor guards. Let's see the most dangerous jobs in the world. Here are the top five. Hmm. Number five, pilot. It is a very long way down, basically. Yeah. Mechanic. It might not look too dangerous, but there are lots of fumes, chemicals, heat, and metal. This is not good for mechanics' health. Yeah. Miner. To the previous page. Yeah, we have talked about miners. Astronaut. You float kilometers above the Earth. You only wear a spacesuit. You are also traveling at 300 kilometers per hour. Oh, and there is no air or oxygen in space. Wow. Number one, the most dangerous is the deep sea fisherman. Imagine being on a small fishing boat miles away from land in freezing cold weather, too. This is possibly the most dangerous job. That didn't sound fun. The most fun job. This really depends on the person. Most jobs can be fun. Being a miner can be fun, or maybe being an accountant. Many jobs are fun, but they can also have disadvantages. These jobs sound great, but there is always a catch. For example, ice cream taster. One job that sounds like a lot of fun is being an ice cream taster, but it's probably very unhealthy. Yeah, too much ice cream. Iceland caretaker. Look at this. This is an island, and this is very beautiful. Look at this island. I'd love to live here. An island caretaker looks after a private island in paradise. Can you imagine sitting on a beach all day? Sounds great, but it might get a bit lonely. Yeah, can't go many places, can you? Okay, jobs that kids do. These are also jobs that kids can do. They are fun and they teach kids a lot. You can help in an animal shelter, for example, or you can help in the park by picking up trash or cleaning up the leaves. Unfortunately, you don't get money for these jobs. But there are also jobs that are not appropriate for children. Jobs stop many children from going to school. Some jobs are dangerous too. There are around 160 million children in the world doing dangerous jobs. That's pretty sad. Okay, so we are going to the working on it. Who do you live with? Hmm. Who do you live with? I live with my family. I live with my parents. Okay, who do you live with? Father, mother? Do the people you live with work? Yes, right? Yes, the people I live with work. Las personas con las cuales yo vivo trabajan. What jobs do they do? That's your question. ¿Qué trabajos hacen las personas que viven con usted? They work as, and then you write lawyer, accountant, teacher, doctor, housewife, housekeeper, whatever. What do they do as a job? Okay, right. The jobs are a trade or a profession. Okay, we had talked about trades and professions. So a carpenter is a trade. Hairdresser is a trade. Architect, that's a profession. A graphic designer is a profession. A plumber is a trade. And a doctor is a profession. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we have three professions and three trades. Remember that they are all important and we need everybody's job to live. Okay, what job is it? A person who cuts down trees. That's not a very good job, right? But okay, that's a job. That's an ogre. Wow, that's a huge error. Sorry. Mm, they can't go to the bathroom and tourists make fun of them. Oh, that's sad. That's a Buckingham Palace guard. They fly planes. They're pilots. They wear spacesuits and there is no oxygen. That's an astronaut. And it's a tasty job, but maybe a little unhealthy. An ice cream taster. Un probador de helados. Great job. Okay, we're going to answer the question and draw the picture. What do you want to be when you grow up? ¿Qué quiere ser usted cuando sea grande? So you have to answer the question. I'm going to write it for myself. Voy a escribir por mí misma, pero ustedes escriben lo que cada uno quiere ser. Si yo fuera una niña, I want to be a teacher. When I grow up. ¿Por qué? I love children. I love school. I love being with people and help them learn. That's something, sorry, that's something I would write. I wanted to be a teacher when I was little. But if you don't want to be a teacher, si ustedes no quieren ser maestra, entonces escriban qué quieren ser y por qué. Y se dibujan a ustedes acá. Thank you very much for your work today.